Good morning. Welcome to Faith in the Morning. Something good is going to happen to you today, so expect miracles. Faith in the Morning exists to help you start your day with faith and encouragement, and that's what's going to happen today. We're so grateful that you're part of Faith in the Morning, whether you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, watching on Faith Plus On Demand, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. Welcome to Faith in the Morning, and something good is going to happen to you today. Go with me to James chapter 5. James chapter 5, we're going to start with verse 16. I'm going to read it to you in two different translations. The latter part of the verse in the New Living Translation says, "The earnest prayer of a righteous person has great power and produces wonderful results." The Amplified Classic Edition says it this way: "The earnest, heartfelt, continued prayer of a righteous man makes tremendous power available, dynamic in its working." As you've heard us share throughout the month on Wednesdays and on Sundays, we talk about prayer, the field for the supernatural life, the superhuman life. You've heard us share, and you hear us share again, that a life of prayer, a life of, as it says here, earnest, heartfelt, continued prayer, produces wonderful results and causes supernatural power to be made available. We want to move you from having miraculous moments to having a miraculous life, from having supernatural experiences to having a supernatural life. And that comes through prayer. Yes, you have your prayer time in the morning. Yes, you have your time in the Word in the morning. You spend time praying and interceding and offering up the different types of prayer the Scripture tells us to. But also throughout the day, turn to Him. Look to Him for instructions. Remember, it tells us in Philippians chapter 4 that in everything, let's just go there, because notice the key is in everything, not just in your prayer closet in the morning. Go to Philippians chapter 4. We're going to look at it real quick. Philippians chapter 4. "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God." There's so many things to say about this right here, but in everything is what I want to key on this morning before we go. In everything. Not just next time you go to your prayer closet, next time you have your scheduled time of prayer, and I'm not knocking scheduled times of prayer. You need scheduled times of prayer, because if you don't have scheduled times of prayer, most likely sometimes you won't pray. But I'm talking about when things show up quickly, suddenly, things you didn't expect. In that moment, turn to prayer. Because you know what happens if you turn to prayer with thanksgiving, letting your requests be known to God? You turn away from worry. You turn away from anxiety. You turn away from a trap of Satan called the cares of this world. In everything. Not later that day, but in that moment, turn to prayer. Now you might say, well, I'm around a lot of people. I can't just suddenly drop to my knees and pray. I'm not saying you need to do that. But on the inside, pause to pray. On the inside, talk to God. On the inside, acknowledge Him and know He'll direct your path. On the inside, carry that conversation with God. Have that ongoing conversation throughout the day. When you live that way, your life transforms and it produces power and causes tremendous power to be made available. You might say, well, everything's going fine. I don't have anything to turn at that moment. Well, instead of always praying about when you need something, have a prayer of thanksgiving. You see something that's great. You see something in nature. Man, that's beautiful. Say, Father, you did a good job making that. It's continuing that internal conversation and living this way produces wonderful results and causes supernatural power to be made available in your life, and not just for you and your family, but for those you will come across in your life's journey. So remember, miracles are for you today. Even as we begin to wrap up this month, don't think that God is out of miracles. He has great miracles for you. And if you had a miracle testimony that you haven't shared with us already, I encourage you to go to our website at fccga.com and submit your miracle testimony. We'd love to hear about it and rejoice with you over the miracles that have happened. But God has more for you. So keep being a person of prayer. I believe in miracles because I believe in God. And something good is going to happen to you today. So expect miracles. God bless.